This is my post-fight review for Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. Mike Perry was doing a good job being active in the beginning. Jake Paul was working that jab in his stance. I've started to realize Jake Paul, he listens to his corner a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say what you want about his boxing abilities and everything else, but I'll just go out here and say this because I won't be lying. Jake Paul listens to his corner a lot more than Shakur Stevenson does. And I'm not throwing Shakur under the bus. I'm being 1,000 about it. I just got to give that example because I just seen Shakur not listening to his corner. Jake Paul listens to his corner a lot more than Shakur Stevenson does. You understand what I'm saying? Jake Paul does. So that definitely lets you know that he might not be a elite boxer or anything else like that, but he's trying to take it as serious as possible to the point where he's actually listening to the guys in the corner. I mean, a lot of these guys ain't even listening to the trainers no more, man. Like, to be honest with you. Man, no, I haven't heard anybody say that Shakur Stevenson's trainer was terrible. He need to get a new trainer, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake Paul, and I'm just making this point, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to make it about Shakur. Jake Paul listens to his corner, bro. Like, no matter what. He could have lost that fight last night to Mike Perry. He definitely could have. He was winded by the fourth round. He was gassed out. He tried to get Mike Perry out of there early. Mike Perry got dropped early. Second, third, fourth round, Mike Perry was basically throwing that left hook. And Jake Paul was kind of sleeping on it because he felt like the right hand was already there, but he didn't see that Mike Perry was throwing that left hook early. So when Mike Perry started throwing that left hook in later rounds, he started catching Jake Paul. Jake Paul might have been hurt a couple of those times. He got caught with that left hook. But he did a very good job in the fight, man. Jake Paul's he worked that jab very well. He's a very good boxer, man. But one thing I realized, though, that he does better than elite boxers, he actually watches the fights. He actually listens to the trainers. He actually knows what kind of guys he's going against. That's just what I see. A lot of these guys, they don't know the people they're going against. They don't know what the trainers want them to do. They don't listen to the trainers. So I feel like right now, man, Jake Paul, he's at a level right now where he just can't fight any kind of MMA guy right now, no more. Especially a guy who's smaller than him. Let me say that. Because Mike Perry was smaller. I felt like he would be a bigger guy overall, but he was still small in stature. And I wouldn't say that caused the most issues. The most issues that caused by Mike Perry was him not having his hands up and walking forward and not blocking a single punch. That's what kind of threw me off. But overall, I feel like he did a good job fighting off all those bad shots from Jake Paul getting dropped, getting up, fighting back. I feel like Mike Perry did a good job. He saved the fight. He really did. Could have ended a lot more earlier than what I realized. And, yeah, man, he's definitely in a good spot right now. I feel like that was a very good fight. Mike Perry, he fought through a lot of different things. The referee did a good job with both of those guys. It wasn't as sloppy as it could have been. Like I said, it was a very interesting fight. It was entertaining. When you compare it to some boxing matches are not as good. Like, just to be honest with you. That's why I said the quality. I just wanted to see the quality of fighting in the boxing. That's it. I just wanted to see the quality. And a lot of that stuff was not interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, overall, it's not really that. But when you look at these certain fights, like when Jake Paul have, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard because certain people say that a lot of these boxers are boring. And then you have Jake Paul go out there and give out a devastating knockout. No, the competition is not the same as what other guys are going against, but at the end of the day, I don't know, man. Boxing's not about being the best anymore. It's about entertainment. And that's what they're turning into. So I know a lot of people say, well, he's not a real boxer. Man, look, man. There's a lot of guys y'all watching ain't real boxers out here. There's a lot of boxers who ain't real boxers. They don't got no fight resume. They ain't trying to fight nobody. The people they are fighting, nobody cares about. They don't tune in with them. If you're talking about Shakur Stevenson more than these other boxers, that's probably a reason why these guys ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? Just to be real. You know, Shakur Stevenson's basically talked about more than these other guys, and they call him boring. So the guys who ain't talked about it at all, those are the boxers that need to step it up. Because Jake Paul, I've been telling people, man, guys make more money fighting Jake Paul than they do these other guys, man, that's walking around. Just a fact. They make more money fighting Jake Paul than some of these other guys. I've seen guys that fight Jake Paul to make more money than some of these guys on pay-per-view. And I'm talking about the B side. I ain't talking about the A side. But Jake Paul went out there with a devastating knockout on Mike Perry, man. You know what I'm saying? Tried to get him up out of there a couple times. But early on, it didn't work. Mike Perry fought through it, but later on in the 6th round, he ended up getting stopped. And it was a very good fight, man. It really was. Really was a very good fight. Now they're kind of foreshadowing this Mike Tyson fight between Jake Paul and him. And like I told people, man, Mike Tyson saved a lot of these guys money. Because I know everybody talking about something. The gate of this fight did this. The gate of Canelo fight and this fight. Bro, if Jake Paul would have fought Mike Tyson yesterday, none of these boxers would have sold a ticket the last couple of weeks. A lot of people still thought Mike Tyson was fighting last night. That's how hard they promoted that fight the last couple of months. So I'll just leave that right there. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.